Guy de Maupassant, The Orient. Autumn is here. Every time I feel the first breath of winter's chill, my memory resurrects the image of a friend who lives out there on the very border of Asia. During my last visit to him, I felt that we were seeing each other for the final time. It was 3 years ago, at the end of September. He was reclining on a sofa, immersed in the dreams that opium brings. Without moving from his spot, he extended his hand to me and murmured, "Sit here and speak. From time to time I will respond, but I shall not stir. You know well. Having taken the draft, one must lie on one's back." I sat down and began to recount various news from the life of Mary Paris. "That does not interest me," he replied. "I think only of sun-drenched lands." Oh, how poor Gautier must have suffered, forever possessed by a thirst for the Orient. You cannot know how that region takes hold of a man, captures him, penetrates to the very depths of his heart, and never releases its prey. It infiltrates you with all its irresistible temptations through your eyes, through your skin. It holds you as if by an invisible thread and relentlessly pulls on it, wherever fate may have cast you. And this draft I take in order to contemplate the Orient, while sinking into that delightful oblivion which opium grants. He fell silent and closed his eyes. "But can it be pleasant for you to take this poison?" I asked. "And what is the physical pleasure it induces really like? Why do people intoxicate themselves with it unto death?" "It is not a physical pleasure," answered my friend. "It is something better, something greater. I am often sad. I hate life, which incessantly wounds me with its sharp corners, its coarseness and cruelty. Opium is my consolation in all sorrows, and it allows me to reconcile myself with them. Are you acquainted with the state of mind I would call a continuous, obsessive irritation? I dwell in it almost constantly. 2 things can cure me of it: opium and the Orient. As soon as I've taken the opium, I lie down and wait. I wait an hour, sometimes 2. Then I first feel a slight trembling in my arms and legs. Not a convulsion, but a quivering numbness. Then, little by little, a strange and sweet sensation is born, as if the limbs of my body were dying. They are, as it were, taken away from me. This sensation expands, rises higher and higher, takes possession of me entirely. I no longer have a body. All that remains of it is something like a pleasant memory. Only the head remains, and it is active. I think with infinite joy and inspiration, with incomparable clarity, with astonishing acuity. I reason, I draw conclusions. Everything is clear to me. Ideas are revealed to me that I had not even suspected before. I descend into unexplored depths. I ascend to wondrous heights. I soar in an ocean. My thoughts revel in inexpressible happiness, the highest enjoyment of this pure and lucid intoxication of the mind alone. He fell silent again and once more closed his eyes. "This constant intoxication has become the sole reason for your passion for the Orient," I said. "You live in a world of dreams. How can one strive for that barbarous land where the spirit has died, where barren thought does not venture beyond the narrow confines of existence, makes no effort to soar, to grow, and to conquer?" He answered, "Is it about practical thinking? I love only dreams. Only in them is there true good. Only in them is there sweetness. Merciless reality would have driven me to suicide long ago, if dreams did not give me the strength to wait. But you said the Orient is a land of barbarians. Be silent, you wretch, it is a land of sages. In that sultry region, Life flows in its natural course, and all sharp corners are smoothed and rounded. On the contrary, it is we who are the barbarians, we Westerners, who fancy ourselves civilized. We are repulsive savages, living the crude life of animals. Look at our stone cities, at our wooden furniture, angular and hard. We climb, gasping for breath, up narrow and steep staircases. We enter cramped dwellings where an icy wind whistles in, only to fly out immediately through a chimney resembling a pump. This pipe creates deadly drafts, so strong they could turn the sails of a windmill. Our chairs are hard. Our walls are cold and covered in hideous paper. Everywhere we are wounded by corners, the corners of tables, fireplaces, doors, beds. We live on our feet or sitting, but never lying down except when asleep. And that is absurd, for a sleeping man no longer feels the happiness of being recumbent. Consider, too, our intellectual life. It is a struggle, a constant fight. Anxiety weighs upon us. Cares pursue us. We have no time to seek or to attain the few good things accessible to us. It is a battle to the death. And there are even more sharp corners here than in our furniture, in our character. Everywhere corners. No sooner have we risen from bed, in bad weather and cold, than we run to work. We fight against rivals, competitors, enemies. Every man is a foe to be feared and overcome, one with whom we must be cunning. Even our love assumes the guise of victory and defeat. And here, too, it is a struggle. He sank into thought for a few moments, then continued. The house I intend to acquire, I see it clearly. It is square, with a flat roof and carved wooden patterns in the Eastern style. From the terrace, a view of the sea opens up, where the white sails of Greek or Muslim feluccas glide by, like sharpened wings. The outer walls are almost blind. In the center of this dwelling lies a spacious garden. The air there is thick and fragrant under the shade of palm umbrellas. A jet from a fountain, sheltered by trees, shoots upward and, scattering into spray, falls into a wide marble basin, whose bottom is strewn with golden sand. There I shall bathe at any time between 2 pipe smokings, 2 dreams, or 2 kisses. I will have no servant girl, none of that disgusting help in a greasy apron, who, when leaving, slaps her worn-out slipper with every step, brushing the dirty hem of her skirt. Oh, that slipper, revealing a yellow ankle. The sight of it nauseates me with disgust, and it is impossible to avoid this spectacle. They all slap their slippers like that, the damned creatures. I will no longer hear the shuffling of soles on parquet, the bang of slamming doors, the clatter of falling dishes. I will have slaves, dark-skinned and beautiful, wrapped in white garments, stepping silently with bare feet on soft carpets. The walls of my chambers will be soft and resilient, like a woman's breast. Every room will be encircled by low divans with cushions of all kinds, which will allow me to recline in any posture. And when I grow weary of this delightful peace, weary of enjoying immobility and eternal dreams, weary of serene seclusion, I will order a swift-footed horse of white or raven black to be brought to the gates. And I will race on horseback, drinking in the lashing, intoxicating wind, the whistling wind of a furious gallop. I will fly, like an arrow, across this colorful land, whose sight will enchant the eye and intoxicate like wine. In the quiet evening hour, I will rush at a mad gallop towards the wide horizon, flushed with sunset. There, in the twilight, everything turns pink. The sun-scorched mountains, the sand, the garments of the Arabs, the white manes of the horses. I will see pink flamingos soaring from the marshes into the pinkening sky, and I will scream ecstatically, dissolving in the boundlessness of the pink world. I will no longer behold how, along the sidewalks, amidst the sharp, deafening rumble of passing carriages, people dressed in black sit on uncomfortable chairs, drink absinthe, and talk business. I will not know of stock exchange rates, price fluctuations, all those useless follies on which we vainly squander our brief, pitiable, and deceptive existence. What is the purpose of all these hardships, sufferings, and struggles? I will rest, sheltered from the winds, in my luxurious and bright dwelling, and I will have 4 or 5 wives, dwelling in chambers with soft walls, 5 wives from the 5 parts of the world. They will bring me the sweet distinctiveness of female beauty inherent to each race. He fell silent again, then said quietly, "Leave me." I withdrew. We never saw each other again. 2 months later, he wrote me a letter consisting of just 2 words. "I am happy." His letter was fragrant with incense and the most delicate of Eastern scents.